in some respects, Scientology created a near perfect communist experiment in its Sea organization. What is it? From everyone according to their ability to each according to their need or something like that? Scientology's Sea organization is damn near a perfect communist experiment. Coming from someone who doesn't necessarily know what a perfect communist experiment really is, because grew up in a cult, Lex.
You can't keep using that as an excuse.
It's a funny tagline I use in my videos.
I like it.
But like, it is interesting that an organization that is so hyper-capitalist and so money-hungry and is known to be very wealthy, at its core is run by this group of Sea Org members that live a communist lifestyle.
We're going to jump around. Let's go. What is Sea Org? What is Sea Organization? What is this organization?
The Sea Organization is the most dedicated version, the most dedicated brand of Scientologists. So there's 3 like echelons of Scientologists. There's public, who just live normal lives in the real world and they pay to do Scientology courses and auditing. Mm-hmm. Then there's staff members who also live in the real world, but work on 2.5-year contracts or 5-year contracts at their local Scientology organization. And then once they finish their contract, their debt is paid or whatever. And then there's the Sea Org members. These are the guys who sign the billion-year contracts. Mm-hmm. They don't have lives in the outside world. They don't own property. They live in Scientology-provided housing. They eat in Scientology-run cafeterias.
Is there an actual contract that says 1 billion years?
It's symbolic, but yes.
Okay.
Like, no, it's not a legally enforceable contract. They haven't succeeded in enforcing it in any subsequent lifetimes yet.
Marriage contract should be like that. 1 billion years. Because then not until death do us part, but 1 billion years. It really makes it very concrete of what you're signing up for.
Yeah. Those are the billion-year guys. You hear a lot about the billion-year contract, the billion-year contract. That's the Sea Org. And all of Scientology management, international management, middle management, continental management, and even some lower-level service orgs are composed 100% of Sea Org members. You're not allowed to marry or date someone who's not in the Sea Org. You're also not allowed to have children.
With anybody outside of Sea Org or in general, you're not allowed to have children.
Sea Org members are not allowed to have children unless they leave the Sea Org. You're expected to have an abortion and stay in the Sea Org because it's the greatest good for Scientology if you accidentally get pregnant.
Interesting, because it distracts from the focus of the work.
Yeah.
What about sexual relations?
Only once married, but that's why people get married after like 3 days. You're like, hey, you look all right. Let's get married.
Are you allowed to have divorce?
Yeah, you get divorced a lot in the Sea Org. I've known people get married and divorced 3 times by the age of 25.
Oh wow!
Okay. Because in the Sea Org, getting married is practically like dating.
Right.
Also, unless you're married, you're living in dorms with a bunch of other people. So in order to get your own room, you also have to get married. So there's many benefits.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you mentioned communism. In which way? Because is there a hierarchy inside Sea Org? Is there a redistribution of influence, position, money, power inside Sea Org?
Everyone in the Sea Org makes $50 a week.
Everybody.
Except David Miscavige. But
right.
And some posts might have a cash bonus incentive structure, but fundamentally their pay is $50 a week. So even the head of a big Scientology organization is getting $50 a week.
Are celebrities also part of Sea Org, or they're not usually?
Mm-mm.
So this is really the management layer.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the idea behind $50 a week? Is that basically live a humble life?
They don't have to give you anything at all. It's just, oh, you mean like, what's the idea behind not paying?
Yeah, basically not paying.
Everything you need is already being provided for you. You're not here for the money. You're working all the time anyway. It's not like you don't have days off. I mean, you're working all the time. There's no concept of the weekends. There's no, oh, thank God it's Friday. Friday's just another day.
And how are the position, the tasks, the jobs allocated within the Sea Org?
What do you mean?
Like what kind of tasks you're doing? What kind of stuff you're doing?
It's very similar to just any other business. As far as you're going to have your human resources, you're going to have your sales, you're going to have your accounting, your operations, your quality control. It's just that in Scientology, your operations is delivering courses and auditing. So your operations and your quality control are where most of the activity occurs as far as delivering Scientology. And then you've got you call it business development, but that's just bringing in new members, right? Mm-hmm. So the function of a Scientology organization is very comparable to a normal business in the normal world.